Good morning, it's Saturday, August 25th. Carl and I had planned to drive up to Payson again, actually Payson this time, and do a different trail. But it rained last night, the temperatures are a little cooler. We thought we'd save us some drive time and decided to just come over to Santan. Our plan is to do about 20 miles today. It's a beautiful morning. So we just topped out at Gold Mine Mountain, just barely starting our run today. It's cloud cover, but I'm already sweating, like still really humid. But I think it's gonna be an awesome day, and we'll check in with you later. Decided that we're going to explore a little bit more today and take some of these trails we just haven't been on. So we're on this trail called the Stargazer Trail or something, and it's pretty cool because we get a little elevation gain. It's rocky, and I thought nobody went on this trail, but it's actually more people on it than I thought, so it must be pretty good. So far it's really nice. I don't know, we've gone probably 6 or 7 miles, if that. But we're just gonna kind of run around and take some trails we haven't been on today, you know, just to kind of switch it up. That's pretty cool. This is what you do when you're not in a hurry. After you've run a few miles, you gotta make sure the bench doesn't feel lonely.
Enjoying this beautiful morning.
Yeah, view's awesome.
And we're reminded of the real things, the most important things in life.
It's true. That is one of the great things about being out here and doing all this running that we're doing up in these amazing places. Is what Carl was just saying, is that your mind just gets on, seems to settle on more important things.
Hear those birds?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cactus wren.
And you notice, you just notice things and you start to appreciate the simple things in life. Kind of a break from all the stress.
Yeah, smile more and frown less.
That's our tip of the day, Carl says, right?
Yep. So yeah, smile more and frown less. Don't get ran over by a mountain biker.
Yeah. Don't step on a cactus. I have these soles on these shoes are like almost an inch thick, and I stepped on some kind of thorn that went all the way through into my foot, and that was like, you know, I was screaming actually.
A nail,
it was pretty loud. Yeah. Feels like a nail. How could it be a nail? We're in the middle of the desert. And a thorn from a cactus went all the way up into my foot. That's awesome. So we're making our way back up Gold Mine Mountain, and we're talking about doing a couple of laps on this and then calling it a day. Probably put us at a total of about 13 miles. We decided to cut it short a little bit today because the next 3 weeks are going to be pretty intense. So we're really going to push it the next 3 weeks, and then we'll start our taper before we head back to the Grand Canyon in October. So we've been focusing on trying to get a little more elevation in our long runs. And so that's kind of what we're doing today. Not sure how much we'll end up with, but we've been going up and down a bunch of hills and stuff. And we're gonna finish on this mountain, so check in with you later. Well, we're at the top of Gold Mine Mountain for the third time today. And we're heading towards the parking lot. We've got a descent down the other side. And it's still hot. The temperatures are cooler today, but it's still hot and it's still humid. And that takes a toll. Though I do want to give a little bit of an update on this ketogenic diet that I've been on. And today was a great measurement because I don't know how many weeks ago when I started, I came up here, I ran 10 miles, and then I was coming up this hill. I didn't know if I could make it. It was really, really hard. I mean, really hard. My legs just didn't want to do it. And I knew it was because I was used to being on carbs and I didn't have any. And so my body just had no energy because I was making the switch over to fat. Well, today I'm able to motor up this mountain like I never changed my diet in the first place. I actually feel like I could probably go back and do another lap or two, which, man, it makes me feel so much better because for the last few months I've just been feeling terrible, like no energy and not able to do much, not able to go uphill. In fact, Carl and I ran a lot of the hills we usually walk today, and so that's pretty cool. And when you're done doing all that training, one of the best things you can do,
Take a little rest. This is for CJ. 9 o'clock, CJ. Time to get going.
time to wake up.
Time to go work on that car.
CJ, if you haven't been watching, CJ is Carl's son. He's 16 years old. He's run with us a few times. He's way faster than us. He ran the Phoenix Marathon in 3 hours and 40 minutes, and that was the first time he ever ran that distance. So the guy is, he's incredible. So we like to joke because he says we walk too much and we don't go fast enough, which compared to him, that's true. Compared to us, we're doing the best we can.
You should hear all the stuff he tells me. Loosen up, lifting up your head, all this kind of, you point your toes. Someday he'll get me straightened out.
Yep, if we could just have CJ coaching us all the time, we'd be awesome. We'd knock out that Grand Canyon in like 11 hours. All right, well, we're gonna finish up our run. We'll head back down to the parking lot. What do we do, about 13, 12 miles?
Like 11, I think.
I don't know, by the time we get down there, it'll be about 12 or so. And then, I don't know what the elevation gain is. We'll look at that, and I'll list that out probably. But the next 3 weeks are gonna be pretty incredible. We've got a lot planned for our training. Once again, the time is approaching. See you next week.